state schools. Not all schools are. Daddy?
Come on.
Oh!
Hey.
Daddy!
What's up, Dad? How y'all doing? Huh? You doing good? Huh?
I thought
What?
Mom,
Huh?
I thought there was a dream. I just had a dream that I saw you.
You did? Give me a big hug, man.
Did I fool you? Huh? Go give Daddy a hug.
For the second time.
Huh? What's up?
I thought we were supposed to pick up somebody named Miss Tina. Yeah. But she fooled us.
Man, y'all done got big.
I know, right?
Hey,
Hey.
how you doing?
Why I can't kiss Daddy? Huh?
Yeah, don't kiss in front of children. Never.
I can't kiss Daddy.
So creepy.
Y'all ready?
Uh-huh.
Hey, y'all know we're ready. I'm coming.
Push the down button. Push the down button.
I didn't even know you was coming yet.
You didn't? You should go look at your shirt, man.
Oh, Daddy.
Oh, it's there it is over there.
We was thinking of a vacation to go with Nana.
You was.
I thought you didn't come. So now you get to come to wrestling with us.
I do?
Yeah, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on. I can't believe you're actually here.
I can believe it. Man, y'all done got big.
That was just.
So what's up?
We
Huh?
we were supposed to finish school today.
You did?
But yeah, but we didn't want to go to school today
You didn't? Why not?
because
Huh?
Mommy said.
Okay, turn around and give Daddy. Get in front of with Daddy. Let me take a picture.
Wait, is Trisha gonna make another painting of this?
Turn around right here.
And make sure you get another good look on my KDs.
Ain't nobody looking at your shoes.
Wait, let me put my hat on.
All right, tell Daddy welcome home.
Welcome home.
Right. What?
Your helmet, son. Got some new players today.
Come on.
All right, Riley.
Alright guys, you have to remember when we're recording, this way we won't keep you out here long because I know you're hot and I appreciate you doing this for us. You know you got your first game coming up, so we want to start this year off right. We're going to do a short interview with Coach Fertrell, with you guys behind Coach Fertrell, and Riley's going to do the speaking since he is in broadcast and he's going to help me out today. So if you would, when you do, if he asks you a question, you speak to the camera, speak loud so that we can hear you. All right, and hopefully we only have to record this one time. All right, Coach, you'll probably want to be here. Okay. And Riley, come on this side.
Excuse my shirt, guys.
Make sure you
That's
make
terrible.
contact with the camera.
All right, guys, let's pay attention. What's up?
We have to black that out.
Hello, I'm Riley Hewitt with WTS News, and I'm interviewing Coach Fertrell and the football squad. All right, first question. What was your first game?
We got our first scrimmage game against Tabor City at South Columbus High School. It's on September 15th. We'll play our first conference game September 29th versus Whiteville.
What are you doing to prepare for your first game?
Well, we're practicing hard, getting the boys right, getting the boys ready. It's a hot summer this year, but we stick with it. We stay pressured, get some pressure on them, and keep them pushing, keep working.
How do you think your team looks?
Well, we're slow and we're small right now, but we're getting better and faster. As the year goes on, all we can do is get better and better.
All right, can we meet a couple of your players?
Sure. Let me see, Avion. Avion, come on up. Evion's one of my good players. He played for me last year, quarterback. Looking to have him back this year. He scored a lot of points for us on offense, so hopefully he can do the same this year. All right. Next player I like, Wyatt Best. Come on up here, buddy. Wyatt, man, he's come to every summer workout. He's put in a lot of heart and effort. He ain't much for size, but I tell you, that heart inside, he's got it with him. And last, we got a new player here today. He come from another school in the county. If you come on up. If you don't mind, take your helmet off. I don't think the boys seen you yet this year. Guys, we got a new player this year. He's going to come. He's got a lot of heart and a lot of passion. How you doing, baby? Come here, baby girl.
We need to see his birth certificate. That's it. He's legal. He's legal. Look at here. Why, can he be on the team? Oh, that's sweet. Oh.
You good practice?
Good job.
Who's gonna run a lap?
It's more than one. Good job. Good job. Thank you. You need to go to the bed.
What's your reaction going to be when he gets it? I'm a nervous wreck right now. I'm just about sick of myself. Probably cry. Yeah.
Sean Willie's children expected him to come home this week, just not exactly when he did. Hannah and Wyatt Willie were told by their mother Natalie that their dad will be returning home on Friday after serving with the U.S. Army overseas and being away from his family since last November. So when he walked across the baseball field in Leesburg on Wednesday, they were in for the surprise of their lives.
Surprise.
Were you pretty surprised when you saw your dad? How did you feel when you saw your dad for the first time?
Very excited.
Have you missed him?
Oh, it's great to be back in the States. Until you've left here, you never know what it's like to come back and enjoy what we have here. So, but to see the kids, that was a great welcome home for me as well. So I know it pleased them, but it also pleased me too.
Willie will be home for 2 weeks before returning back to duty. He is expected to come home for good in October.
My turn for a kiss now.
Emily awaits a very special message from a soldier serving overseas.
And you know what? We don't want to keep them waiting any longer. Our Vicki Gonzalez standing by at the link. And Vicki, such a special moment tonight for the family of Specialist Matthew Kelly.
Absolutely. Specialist Matthew Kelly is currently in Kuwait serving our country, and he actually reached out to us from Kuwait just for his family who loves him so much, and compliments of Caesars Entertainment. This family is going to get an entire night on the town starting right here at the High Roller, and that's exactly where we are. And I'm joined with the family of Specialist Kelly. This is John, his stepfather, his mother, Paula, Brandy, and Andrea, his two sisters. So, I mean, just initially, I know you guys have an outpouring of love, but being his mother, what does Matthew mean to you?
Well, you know, you don't think about them being gone and being in danger until something like this comes along. Then you realize how much you miss them. Matt's been gone a long time this time, and just can't wait for him to get home.
And him being your brother, your two sisters, what, I mean, do you guys get worried, or are you proud? I imagine you're proud.
Oh yeah, I mean, you think of any soldier overseas, you're so proud of them for fighting for your country, but when it's your own brother, I mean, it just really pulls at your heartstrings.
He means the world to us. We would be nothing without him.
Well, compliments of Caesars Entertainment. You're going to get a whole weekend on the town. You're going to get an entire cabin at the High Roller, dinner at Off the Strip here at the link, as well as tickets for your entire family to go see Olivia Newton-John summer night. So it's going to be a fantastic, fun-filled event. Now, I promised you a video for Matthew. We actually spoke in Kuwait, but I'm getting some word from our producer that I'm so sorry. We're having some technical difficulties. We're trying to get that as soon as possible, but I actually, I think I might have something a little bit better. What if Matthew joined you for this weekend? What if he actually joined you on the High Roller and went to dinner with you and actually saw Olivia Newton-John with you, because he's right there, actually.
You didn't tell me you were coming home. Of course not.
You didn't even tell me.
Come here, Mom.
Right here live on News 3 Live at 7. A beautiful,
We missed
beautiful
you.
moment.
I miss you too. I told you I'd get you guys one day.
Yeah, you did. I knew it.
It worked. It did. Now welcome home.
You didn't tell me.
All right, Matthew, he actually reached out to us. This is a specific package just for your family, compliments of Caesars. So what made you reach out to our newsroom?
Well, you know, a lot of us back in deployment talked about surprising their families, and very few of us went through with it. And I knew I'm getting out of the Army in 6 weeks. I knew I had to do something big, and, you know, I knew they wouldn't expect this. So,
No, I didn't expect it for a couple of weeks at least.
you know, there's nothing more I love than my family, and I'll do anything for them.
All right, well, let's bring everybody in here. It's not only the immediate family, it's the extended family. He has a huge family, a huge group of love and support. Looking forward to spending 10 days with Specialist Kelly as he's here back home in southern Nevada.
Hey, Carolyn.
This is wonderful.
Dry eye here. Not a dry eye here in our newsroom, and obviously you can see how much love he has with him. It's going to take him a while to get through all these hugs, but so well deserved.
Well,
magic.
And when News 3 can be a part of moments and bring them to you on air, I think we have lived the highest calling of what we do as television journalists, and that is a thrill. You think about all the moms and dads who don't get to have that moment and who haven't for generations. We're glad to show you that moment tonight, exclusive to News 3 Live at 7.
Specialist Matthew Kelly, welcome home.
Well, it seems that we haven't haven't done a story like this in a while, so here goes. This one takes us back to last weekend at a AA hockey game in Cincinnati.
The 12-year-old daughter and 11-year-old son of an Army sergeant thought they had been randomly selected to drop a ceremonial puck to start the game, but their dad planned the whole thing with the team and met them right there on the ice.
Oh, perhaps a dangerous spot to do that. Philip Gallardo had arrived home from a 15-month deployment in Afghanistan just hours earlier. He'll be home for just another week before heading to his base in Fort Riley, Kansas. My goodness. Oh, I love stories like that. That one, like I said, that setting, perhaps not the greatest one. Those two kids almost wiped out.
Oh, man.
So happy to see their dad. By the way, 4 tours. This one was his longest one, 15 months. You know, and I'm sure he's going to go back if they ask him.
Those never get old. And as Afghanistan winds down between now and the end of next year, more of those scenes happening all across the country. So
we love stories like that.
Enjoy it.
Long-awaited reunion for a Minnesota soldier and the dog she rescued in Iraq.
Their story touched people all around the world, and today, after months apart, Army Specialist Gwen Beberg and her dog Ratchet are back together. Maggie Newland has their story from Fridley.
It's a good story.
A story of friendship forged in war, of separation and determination, of overcoming obstacles.
A wonderful story.
The story of a soldier and her dog began on the battlefields of Baghdad and reached across the world.
I got a letter from a woman in Italy who wrote to me and said how deeply it had touched her, the story of Ratchet.
Come here, baby.
Ratchet was rescued from a pit of burning trash on Mother's Day and became Army Specialist Gwen Beberg's best friend in Iraq.
He was like my own little personal comfort, you know, just fuzzy little love that I could go to anytime that I felt down or lonely.
Not only was he therapeutic for her, you know, she was his lifeline, so to speak.
Gwen couldn't bear to part with Ratchet when she left Iraq, but sending him home became a battle in itself.
People in charge would not let him leave.
Twice, she says, the Army blocked her attempts to get Ratchet to Minnesota. But with the help of the SPCA and a website petition started by a friend, Ratchet's story gained international support.
I thought it would get some attention. I didn't think it would get so much attention.
And in October, on the 3rd try, Ratchet made it to the United States to stay with Gwen's parents and wait for her.
It's a great idea.
And long after the camera lights stop flashing, they will simply be a woman and her dog back home in Minnesota.
She's going back to school in September. She's already gotten accepted.
Gwen wants to train Ratchet as a therapy dog.
We'll go to schools, VAs, hospitals, anywhere where he can be of use to other people and spread his doggy love.
It's just the next chapter. There's good things ahead.
Their story is far from over.
Good boy.
In Fridley, Maggie Newland.
I'm Stan Young, and this is my Veterans United story.
He's very motivated, and when he has a dream, he's determined to make it happen. And that's since we dated, and we started dating in our sophomore year in college.
It was a sense of pride in me, you know, that I was able to do this for, but at the same time, you know, just a lot of anticipation and anxiety because I can't wait to see her reaction is.
In November, as soon as I walked in the door, I loved the house right away. He was kind of like down and out because he was like, you know, I think that house is going to come through. And he didn't really give me, reasons why. I just was like, okay, it's okay, you know, I'm sure we'll find something else. But inside I was like, oh, that house is so beautiful. And so I just felt like we was just still house searching. Today came. He just told me a story like, Jill just called me and she said that, that house we went to see, it didn't go through with the buyers, and she told us to come look at it.
As I walked my wife up to the house, I was still kind of nervous because it was still big for me and it hasn't sank in and might not, sink in for years and years to come now.
I came in and he told me to look at this certificate that was on the counter. It was just like, this is your house, and it had the address and everything.
Sam. No. This.
surprised when I shouldn't have been, because when this man gets his mind set on something, it's done. No clue whatsoever. I just thought, well, we love the house and I'm sure we'll find another one, but this was the house that when we first came in, I just fell in love with it. And I'm just so happy right now.
Veterans United laid out the steps for home ownership. It was just seamless. Through each process, there was someone that actually, facilitated my way along the process and just made everything so easy.
Wow.
I'm definitely indebted to Veterans United Home Loans.
I'm surprised, but I shouldn't be, because he's always surprising me with things. But this one was a really big one. He pulled it off. I would never forget it. This is being a surprise in my life.
Is some of the best surprise homecomings for and by our troops. Now, it's homecoming, hugs and kisses. Today is one that we got to be a part of and we'll never forget for its epic romantic kiss and emotions all around. This is the homecoming of Sergeant Justin Smith.
Oh, I'm feeling very anxious and excited. We just can't wait. It's been quite a few months since we've seen him.
We were at Atlanta's airport to capture the moment a few years ago.
We miss everything about him. He is our backbone to our family. He's our hero. He's our daddy.
Well, then the worrying and the waiting, it was all finally over. There were hugs and kisses all around. And Sergeant Smith, let's just say that he gave his wife a smooch that's straight out of Hollywood. Onlookers also noticed that he gave each daughter a moment of undivided attention.
Welcome home, darling.
Lucky.
I'm really excited. I'm happy that he's home.
I'm shaking. That's how I'm feeling. I'm excited. I'm overwhelmed that we are so blessed to have him come home.
And we were lucky to get to share in that moment with y'all.